Hey guys, so I literally just finished the Mario Masterclass in Miami. It's my second Masterclass. I came for the second time because the first one was so good and I learned so much and it was such an incredible experience. And this time it was like, honestly, like if I could get my money back, I would take it back because it was just that kind of an experience. And I think I'm gonna go home and do a vlog right now. But just to let you guys know, I woke up at 8 o'clock this morning so that I can have this face beat for my picture with Mario and to wait in line and to find parking and drive down here in traffic. And right now it's 7:30 p.m. so I've spent 12 hours and I'm gonna tell you exactly what those 12 hours were like in just a second. I do want to share one amazing thing that happened today. Amy, thank you so much for coming up to me and introducing yourself. Everyone, Amy is in the Lady Code Army and I was so excited to meet you. Like, I wanted to cry because I was so excited. So thank you. That was truly the highlight of my day. So now let's get into what happened other than meeting Amy, which was honestly the best part. Sorry if there's an echo. I literally just set this up in my living room because this is kind of where I have the most space right now. But let's just get right into it. So let me give you guys a little bit of a history of my master classes and every class that I've taken with like celebrity makeup artists. The first one I ever took was with Mario in New York City. This was in 2015 and it was an amazing experience. Like, honestly, that's like what got me hooked onto master classes. I learned so much. It was just amazing. More on that later. The second master class I took was for hair and that was with Jen Atkin. And that was also in New York City, and Jen was amazing. Like, honestly, it was one of the best master classes I ever took, and it was actually the cheapest one. And the third master class I took is with Chris Appleton, and this was in LA for his Fabulous AF master class, and that one was like super recent. It was over the summer. I think it was in July or August this year, so it was amazing. And Chris kind of inspired me to want to take another master class with Mario because I was taking so many hair classes, and I wanted like a refresher on makeup, and I thought that Mario's New York class was incredible. I learned so much and I just felt like they really had it together. It was a really organized event and I really felt like I got like my money's worth. And I really did feel that way with all of the classes that I've taken so far, except for the one that I'm telling you guys about right now. So I decided to take the plunge. I paid, I think, $550 for a ticket with Mario. Which is like, I guess, standard. Jen's class was 100 or 150. Chris's, I think, was in the 300 range for a general admission ticket. VIP was more expensive. And the Mario one has always been about $500. Sometimes they're more depending on who the model is that he's working on. So I really feel like I have it together with makeup, but I don't want to say that I know everything. I'm always open to learning more because that's how I can become better at what I do. So I felt like since it's been like 3 years since I took Mario's masterclass and he's just promoting it all over the country and I'm seeing all these like raving reviews about the class, I was like, you know what, maybe they got better. So I really wanted to like see if I could like learn more tricks, you know, and just like kind of refresh my memory on everything that I learned as far as makeup goes. So it was a really hard decision to make, but I did pay that 500 whatever to sign up for the class in advance. So obviously once you sign up, you can't cancel your ticket, you don't get a refund. Like, once you pay for it, like, you're in. And it sold out about a week after I signed up, so I was really happy I signed up and I was so excited. Like, I was literally counting down the days for this master class because master classes are really fun. You learn a lot. It's usually like an amazing environment. So today comes around and the theater is about 30 minutes away from me, so with traffic like 40, and then I have to find parking and pay for parking and then walk to the venue, so that's like another 30 minutes. So give it like an hour and a half, right? So I woke up at 8 o'clock this morning. I did like a quick beat on my face and I really wasn't supposed to be wearing makeup because I'm still recovering from my microblading. But I put on makeup anyway and I was like, you know what, like, whatever, YOLO. So the schedule said that the class starts at 12 o'clock and it ends at 5:30. Doors open at 11. Guys, like, you've seen this on his Snapchat. If you've been researching the masterclass, you know that there is a line that like wraps around the corner. Like, it's crazy, right? So I was like, okay, so the doors open at 11. I aimed for 10:30. I got there at 10:45 and I had to do this walk of shame. And I'm telling you, like, if you arrive late and you like go to the front of the line to see where you're supposed to line up, you have to walk all the way down to the back of the line while everyone is judging you. And these are like people in the beauty industry. They don't look very nice. They all just kind of like look you up and down and give you this like horrible like look, like, ugh, you know, just like literally judging every inch of your body until you like past whatever, their line of vision, right? So it's awful, and they make it obvious too. It's like they just give you these dirty looks. I don't know what it is with makeup artists, but it's just a really bad vibe. So I get to the back of the line, and I did meet a couple nice girls because I just wanted to like make a conversation. So I was like, wow, that was like the walk of shame, LOL, you know, it's a really long line. And they were really sweet, so I thought that, you know, we could like sit next to each other, whatever. And then the girl that was behind me ends up like cutting me. So that was like really awkward. And then we had to stand there for a really long time. This is Miami. It's like 90 degrees outside. It was hot. It was raining before I got there, so I guess like some girls had to stand in the rain. There was a sprinkler going off behind the building, so there was like a gap in the line where like you had to like avoid the sprinkler. So waiting in line was not a pleasant experience, and like I was dressed like head to toe, like wearing heels because I want to look cute for my picture, like whatever, which was a really bad idea. My feet hurt so bad just from like getting in line, so imagine how the rest of my day went. Anyways, getting in was a process. It's really like a cattle call. Like they just like move you around in groups and like tell you where to go, scan your ticket, put on your wristband, and then they give you a notebook and a pen, which I think is great. I think that notebooks and pens are really important. The only class that didn't provide a notebook and a pen was Chris Appleton's class, but that was his first one, so I'm pretty sure as he gets used to it, he will be incorporating like, you know, those types of necessities and whatever. So you get your pen and paper and you go into the venue, and oh my god, like it was so packed, and you have to do another walk of shame because you come in where the stage is, and then the VIPs are in the front, or the Supreme VIP, or I don't know what they call it. They're in like the first 5 rows, so you can't sit there, and everyone's judging you as you walk up the stairs, and you have to find a seat, and it was so packed. So like every seat was filled. I was in like the 15th row. I had to go all the way up the stairs, and I found like one seat, and I was like, hey, is someone sitting here? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, great. But then there was an empty seat next to her on the other side, so I was like, is someone sitting there? And she was like, no. So I sat there, but it was just like awkward, and nobody that I like talked to at that time was really nice, so it was like a really cold environment. So yeah, I just sat down. The class started at like 12:30. Mario comes out, everyone cheers, they do this whole thing. And then he like goes over some house rules. He tells you that you cannot record the class for more than 10 seconds. You can do Instagram, you can do Snapchat, but you can't sit there and record the class or else you'll get kicked out. He says that you cannot make YouTube videos saying that you're telling your subscribers that you're teaching him everything that he taught you, because he says that we always get it wrong. So he said not to share all of the secrets, and he said that it's a business, so obviously he wants people to take his class to learn from him. And that's about it. You know, they're kind of harsh rules, but I get it. And then he brings out the model and he starts on her makeup, and he always starts with the brows, and oh my god, he literally spent like 30-45 minutes on the brows. Like, I get it, like brows are important, but as a makeup artist returning to the class, like all I did was like watch him feather and blend brows, and he wasn't really, you know, like there's not much you can say about it, so I wasn't really learning much other than like taupe is a great color for everyone. Spent a really long time on brows, and then he went into the eyeshadow, and it was like a very basic eyeshadow. He was just like shaping the eyes, and he starts by like shaping the face. So he goes into the eyes, he does like a rough draft of like what he wants the eyes to look like, and then he goes into the face and he does like a rough draft of the contour, and then at the end he'll like fine-tune everything to put like his signature Mario stuff in it. So what happened was, throughout the class, all he was doing was teaching like basics, you know, like at least for me it was like basics and a lot of like things that I already knew. So then like towards the end, when he had an hour left, he was like kind of rushing through it. He stopped sharing what he was doing, and he was just really quiet, and he was just like working on the model, and I felt like I was watching like a Nikki Tutorials YouTube tutorial because I didn't know what was happening. He wasn't explaining it, and he was kind of blocking the camera with his body like a lot. Like people were like, can you like move so we can see, and he kept on scooting back and forth, and I really couldn't see what was happening when the important things were happening, like the details. So that was like really frustrating for me. So to take it away, I don't think I learned anything new. I was really excited to learn the glass skin trick. I mean, I'm just gonna tell you guys, and maybe it could be wrong because Mario says that if we repeat it, we get it wrong. But it was just like you can use like Vaseline over skin to give it that glass skin look. So you just use Vaseline, make that highlight pop, you know, make that glow happen. That was it. But then the worst part is that at the end of the class, okay, the class ended at like 5:30. It was kind of on time. The picture situation. So I wish I didn't stick around for the pictures. The pictures was the worst part. It's really what pushed me to make this video because I got so frustrated at the end. There's like, I don't know how many people were in that theater, but everyone has to get their picture with Mario. So after the class ends, he takes like a 10 to 15 minute break to just like take pictures of the model, take pictures with the model, I guess take a quick break. Like, I get it, it must be exhausting. The step and repeat and stuff on the stage, there's like a line set up for everyone to wait in line, and they go row by row. So the front row goes first, the second row goes second, third row goes third, and so on. I was in the 15th row, you guys. It was awful. I actually ended up leaving at 7:30, so that just lets you know that I waited 2 hours for my picture with Mario. It was intense, and like at first like everyone was getting up at the same time, and it wasn't until people were just being so unprofessional. There was a group of girls that cut another group of girls, and they got into a fight that was so big that people that were sitting up in the audience were screaming down at the people in line, trying to like tell them, you know, who was there first or whatever. Security had to get involved. It was just like a train wreck. It was embarrassing for me to be there because like I don't want to be associated with people that are like that, you know. But everyone was so like pushy and shovey and like trying to cut and just sitting there for 2 hours just like watching this like crap was just awful. So you get called out of your row to wait in a line, to wait in another line. So there's a lot of standing around. I had like a bag full of like my camera, my water bottle, like my notebook, just like a whole bunch of stuff. So I had to carry that around. I was wearing heels. Like I was miserable. Like my back hurt, my feet hurt. And this is the worst part, okay? Like a lot of us, let's be honest, we go to the class to get our picture with Mario. Like we also want to learn, but that picture is like a really big part of the class because it's almost like evidence that you were there, right? Oh my god, like he just like overbooked it. So this line goes so fast. No one cares about you. No one cares how good your picture looks. They just like cattle call you. It's like this like factory where they're just like pushing you in and out. You only get one picture. You can't take a selfie and a picture. You have to pick between selfie and picture, and they make you decide like before you get onto the red carpet. And if you want a picture, they'll take your phone or camera so you don't bother Mario. They kept screaming that you can't ask him for autographs, and Mario doesn't even talk to you. So they grabbed my camera. I was still like trying to get the settings right because my lighting was off, but they grabbed it from me and they took it, and I was like, are you sure you know how to use that? And they're like, yeah, like so rude. I was like, okay, whatever. So then I get in line to get the picture. So it's like the third line. So then I get on the red carpet to take my picture with Mario, and honestly, like I just want to cry because it was just like so underwhelming. And like the first time was like that too, but at least he said, hi, how are you? Like, thank you for coming. This time it was just like, get the F over here. Hurry up and take this effing picture with me and get the F off my red carpet. Like that was literally how I felt. So I got on, took this picture like we were just objects, you know, being photographed, and then they were just like pushing me along. So I get off the red carpet, I look at my picture, and oh my god, like I have Facetune, so I'm relying on that to fix everything because I have like this giant chunk of hair coming down on one side of my face, and the lighting is like crazy. Like I'm just like super like washed out. So I was like really upset about that. And all the other master classes I've taken, like they take the time to get to know you, and I think that's a really big part of like earning respect. You know, I feel like Mario has really like earned his place in the industry. He's very well respected. I get it, and he's tired, he's only human, like I understand. But every single one of these people paid $500 to be in that class, and we really want to get our money's worth. And when the picture just looks like crap and no one cares, it's just like, I don't know, like I really want my money back because the whole experience in itself was just so disappointing. But I do want to say that don't like, you know, discard all ideas of master classes, because just because Mario's in Miami didn't work for me, maybe it'll work for you and maybe you'll learn a lot. I strongly recommend Jen Atkin. She's amazing, and she's actually doing free classes now. So you can just sign up online and you can go to a class for free. So she has one coming up in LA, one in San Francisco, and one in New York. Hopefully they're not sold out yet. But I think that's incredible. And the best part, I don't know if she's gonna do them with the free classes, but in her meet and greets, she's so nice. She's excited to meet you. She wants to take selfies. She wants to make sure you get your angles. Like, we took like 3 selfies together. She was so nice. Like, that's the kind of person I want to be around. Jen left all of her tools on her table so you could like look at what she uses and take pictures after she was done. It was just such a different experience. I just want to let you guys know that truth about the masterclass and how my experience went in Miami. It was very different from the New York one. It's just turned into like a system, you know, so it's not like a personal experience anymore, which is really, really sad. Oh, and one more thing before I move on. A lot of you guys are saying that the price, a lot of you guys do justify the price of the ticket with what you're getting in the swag bag. Honestly, with $550, I would probably just buy what I want, because that's a lot of money, and you can go to Sephora and $550 will get you a lot of great stuff that you want of your choice. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's go into tips. Like, if you're gonna take a Mario masterclass, get there early. The first thing would be to buy a VIP ticket or get there early, because that will make your experience a whole lot better. If you get one of the more expensive tickets, I think they're like $700 or $1,000, it's gonna be easier for you, which means you don't have to worry about getting there early to wait in line to get a good seat. You can just, you know, be guaranteed that you're gonna be seated in the first 5 rows or whatever they tell you for that specific class. Definitely get there early regardless, because whether you're in VIP or the super VIP or wherever you're sitting, it's always first come, first serve. So if you want to be in the first row, like, you better be waiting outside at 6 o'clock in the morning, because that's just how it is. The line for both times that I went to the master class was wrapped around the block. It's just really frustrating. I don't know what time the first girls get there, but it must be very, very early. I would say maybe to be first, go like 2 hours before they say the doors open, and the doors open an hour before the class starts. And wear comfortable shoes, and make sure that you use the bathroom before you go. Make sure you know, have plenty of water. Just like have everything you need, because I've noticed that nobody really has your back in these classes. It's just like a really like cold environment. So that's my advice on getting in. Have your ticket ready, have it printed out, whatever, and then like fight for your seat, and always like get a seat in the aisles, because that's kind of like how you get to the line for your pictures first. You don't need to bring a notebook for Mario's class. If you're doing Chris Appleton's class, maybe bring a notebook with you just in case, because they didn't give out notebooks for his. What else? Be ready to ask questions, because this is your chance to like really learn. So whatever it is that you need to know about makeup, if you're wondering how to sanitize or how to prep skin, or just whatever you want to ask, like, ask away. You know, this is your chance. You paid the money, so do it. Go to the bathroom during the class. I know it's bad, but like if you're kind of like in a segment that you're like really comfortable with, like if you're comfortable with like contouring, or if you're comfortable with brows, like go to the bathroom at that time, because when they have that break, the lines are insane. So it's better to just like go in between classes, and hopefully you don't miss too much information. For the pictures purposes, it might be better to sit towards the front. So if you're first walking in and you see like a bad seat that's like kind of like all the way at the end or whatever, take it, because you're gonna be so much happier when you're like trying to get out of there. Everybody can see the screen. Like, I promise you, you'll be able to see the screen, and the screen is what you watch, not Mario. You can't even see Mario because he's kind of working behind lights and stuff. So everyone's watching the same screen, and everyone can see the screen. So if you see a seat that's kind of like crappy or off to the side, just take it, because when they start going row by row, starting at the front, for your pictures, it's gonna be better for you to be like in that corner. Make sure that you bring a portable phone charger, or make sure everything is charged, because I saw a lot of girls whose phones were dying by the time the class was over. So make sure that you have everything charged and ready to go. You don't want your phone to die, you know, after you've been waiting all day for your picture with Mario. And when the pictures are happening, you only get one shot. You can't check it and make sure it's okay. You have one chance to take this picture. You can either take a selfie with Mario, or you can have someone take the picture for you. They have people on staff that specifically take your pictures for you, and they also have someone that's gonna grab your bag and pass it to you when you're done. Like, they want this thing to just happen really fast, so it's just like a really quick thing. You literally have like 5 seconds with Mario. You run on the red carpet, pose, click and you're out of there. So just keep that in mind and be ready for that rush. Make sure your makeup and everything is on point. Okay, well, my camera battery just died, so I'm recording this on my phone, but I think I said everything I needed to say. If you guys have any questions about the masterclass, feel free to DM me. I'll be honest with you about my experience, and I just want to like reiterate one more time, there's nothing personal against Mario. I truly respect him. It's just more about how everything was produced. That's all. I'm not like being salty. I'm not being like catty or petty or anything. I'm just being honest and letting you guys know exactly what to expect. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.